Hey guys, welcome back to the Gamer Dad channel. My name is Austin. As somebody actually finally noticed, Ryan, as it says on my shirt, jacket, I don't know, shirt, jacket, whatever. Same thing. Not really, completely different things, but same thing. Ryan is actually my first name and Austin is my middle. So, congratulations, you now know my first and middle name. Now, down into the video, which a lot of you have already seen the actual title, so you already know what all this is about. And in case you wonder why I keep looking up, that's actually where the screen is, right there. And here's where the camera is, right here. So screen, camera. Looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down. Looking at the screen, looking at the camera, looking at the screen, looking at the camera, looking at the camera, making good eye contact with the camera, and sitting here leaning into the camera and acting like I am speaking directly to you. And now looking at the camera, at the screen, at the camera. And now to the video. My wife got me a really sweet gift, and like I'm not even kidding, guys. I melted crying. And so the first logical thing that I could think to do was to come and get online and start bawling like a baby for all the people online to see. This thing here, it's a little, I wrote a book about you. It's a little thing that you can get online, I'm assuming. I'm not going to sit and ask her all kinds of questions and drill her about where she got it and whatnot. But it's a little thing. I wrote a book about you. They write a lot of these things in first. At first, you just fill in their name and your name. And it's, I wrote a book about you, but you helped a lot because you're you, which means I obviously had some great material to work with. It was easy to come up with lots to say about the incredible person you are, the wonderful things you do, and all the ways you are completely, ridiculously, perfectly unlike anyone else. And you know what? It turned out to be a pretty good book. And not just because I wrote it. It's good because you're you. And because that in my book is pretty much, or because that in my book is pretty much the best. A couple of these things are in parentheses, and so that's why you might notice me kind of like pausing, like I'm having a little bit of issues reading it. It's I'm having issues arranging the sentences like they're supposed to. I swear I don't read this poorly in my head. I just read out loud this poorly. And then it's this little thing here. I put some thought into this, and I just wanted to tell you that honestly, it's kind of crazy how, and then she filled in, compassionate you are. A little target thing with a sticky note. You don't even have to try. You are always completely and effortlessly. And then she filled in, honest and devoted. I know it doesn't qualify as a superpower exactly, but I think your ability to, and she wrote, be creative, come up with new thoughts, plans, and ideas, and then the big thing at the bottom is pretty remarkable. And then these pages, there are a few things about you that I know for sure. If you were an animal, you'd be, and she wrote horse. If you were a color, you'd be yellow. And I still haven't gotten an answer for yellow. If you were a soup, you'd be stew. If you were a superhero, you'd be the Flash. Here's a little celebration of one of my favorite things about you, which is, of course, you're dedicated. You'll go above and beyond for anything you have your heart set to. Little rainbow thing here. One of the very most wonderful things about having you in my life is getting to see you every day after work. I always miss you. These little pages. When I talk about you to people you've never met, I describe you as absolutely, completely, and she filled in hardworking and all about his wife. And I am. I really am. And these little things here to fill out. In my dream world, there's a vacation I get to take you on, and it looks like this. I've packed a bag of your favorite snacks, like she filled in cookies and Dr. Pepper. Yeah, those two of my favorite unhealthy snacks. Here's where we're going, to Scotland. Yeah, to Scotland. While we're there, we'll stay in a cabin with a view of the mountains. We'll spend our time talking, giving each other massages, and cuddling. 3 of my most wonderful things to do with her. One thing, sorry, I'm forgetting to show you guys these. One thing in our present I hope we get to have forever is the love we have for the kids and the memories we share. One thing in our future I can't wait to make happen is you getting everything you could possibly dream of, your career and our mental health getting better. And over to these. Whether or not you always let yourself believe it, you're really incredibly, she filled in, amazing. Your smile and laugh. There are times I really enjoy. I get so happy to see you laughing at something I did. These little things. You know what never fails to make me smile? Thinking about that time we spent on our honeymoon. It will always be the best day of my life. When you held me in the swimming pool, or when you found out the hotel didn't have a hot tub like you thought, so you ran me a bath, and we sat together, and you said, I know it's not what you wanted, but it was exactly what I wanted. Because on our honeymoon, I thought that the room that I had reserved had a little private hot tub in it, and it didn't. And so, to try to make things better, I ran a bath and sat and gave her like a little shoulder massage in the bath and did my best to pamper, and I felt bad because I didn't really be able to, I wasn't able to do what a lot of people would have been able to do with, 2 or 3 times the amount of money that I had at the time. This little thing here. If I created a sandwich for you, here's what it would be. I don't even know how to answer this. Like, what kind of person would be described like a sandwich? I think she misunderstood the question. If I made you a t-shirt, this is what it would say. World's greatest husband. So generic. But I love it. If I had to sing a karaoke song for you and you alone, it would be Alive by Adelita's Way. I don't actually know that song, and I'm gonna go look it up when I get done with this. If I could give you a trophy, it would be for the best husband and father. This little thing. I, for one, am really grateful that you love me so much. Truly, thank you. Little book things. After doing extensive research, I'm almost 100% certain of this. You're probably the most generous person I know. I won't tell anyone, but I happen to know that you are secretly powered by a combination of loyalty, sacrifice, and generosity. This. You are the only person I know who can do this. Surprise me. You are amazing with surprises. You really put a lot of effort into everything you You are the only person I know who likes this. Mayonnaise and ketchup on hot dogs. And yes, I do. I don't know why. I can't even remember what age I was. I picked it up for a long time. I didn't eat any like condiments on any sandwiches or anything, but then all of a sudden I was just mayonnaise and ketchup for everything. And you're definitely the only person who can get away with this is not an answer that can go on YouTube. Bedroom stuff. And then a little room thing. And no matter how many millions of people there are in the world, I'm certain of this, no one will duplicate your loyalty. Or no one will ever be able to duplicate your loyalty. This little one. And I think it would be absolutely impossible for anyone who's known you for any time at all not to notice you're utterly exceptional at helping people, being there to help others do what needs to be done, no matter how tired you are. And I really do push myself, so I'm like past tired constantly. I am completely crazy about you, which is why you're even cute when you're upset. Anytime you get upset and we're arguing, I think to myself how much I love you and just couldn't do this life without you by my side. And absolutely same, baby. Absolutely same. Yeah, this one. If time travel technology ever gets really good, there are so many moments and places we should go back to. I think some of the first things we have to relive would be the day we got married. I would give anything for you to hug me the same way you did right after we got married. The time we spent on our honeymoon, and when we got engaged, I didn't have my glasses at first. And that's actually a detail I forgot. I completely forgot that she didn't have her glasses when I first asked her. I'm sorry, guys. I know I sound like a whole mess. Sorry. We're almost done, I swear. As far as I know, you've never tried it, but I bet you'd be a world-class college graduate. You are so incredibly smart. I did at one point in time actually try to go to college, but it wasn't, like, it was one of those I was pressured into going, and like by the end of the first semester I gave up. It wasn't really me trying. That one. Sorry, I'm forgetting things. If I had the power to rearrange the world, it would just a little bit. I would make sure you got to spend much more time with Scott and much less time worrying about if you're enough. You are so perfect to me. For backstory, Scott is someone that for a long time was kind of like an older brother to me that, you know, he came in, like, he was a figure that came into my life for only a few years and married into the family and became like an older brother to me when I was a teenager and passed away, and I never got to really spend that much time with him. You do so much good in so many ways, all day, every day, but if I had to pick just one thing, I'd say being a dad is your greatest gift to the world. So, I think you should know that sometimes there are moments when I'm completely bowled over by how much I love having you in my life. Here's one. We're here at the park on the very first day we met, and this was happening. You were driving me back home to my grandparents after I talked your ear off. And I found myself thinking, when you touched my hand, how everyone else who had previously touched my hand never made me feel the connection I felt. And really, me and her have been, for a lot of it, inseparable.
since we met, and I've never been more lucky in my life than to have her. Having you in my life has absolutely made me more understanding, less angry at the world, and just happier to have the life that I currently have in general. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually read all of this one. I'm going to try. I probably don't tell you this enough, but the one thing I want you to always know is I'm never going anywhere. I'd go through hell and back if it meant being next to you. I will always want to grow old with you. You make me less afraid to get older. You help me see the bigger picture on a lot of things. And on the days I need your help, in the little parentheses, every day, you are always there. You are there for me in ways no one else ever is, and I'm so lucky to have you. I'll always pick you, even on your worst days. It'll always be you. Yeah. And that's the end. And a little jokey thing on the back. I wrote a book about you. No, really, I did. You're holding it. I filled it with all of my thoughts on what makes you so you, because you're wonderful, and I wanted you to know. And I love this. I love this little gift. I really do. And I love my wife. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below about how amazing my wife was for giving me this gift. And let's say everybody in the whole community just give her one giant DezaRay is awesome. That's DeZaray. Please don't spell it wrong. DeZaray. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.